How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Marvel's Alien number 6. This is the finale to the first plot arc. At the end of the issue, it refers to it as Chapter 1. When it's collected as a trade paperback, it'll be Volume 1 Bloodlines, I believe they're going to call it. So this is the big finale issue for the first plot arc. Overall, really good, and I really did like it. It did a rare thing at the end of chapters that most comics don't normally do, where it leaves me excited for the future of the comic, but at the same time did wrap a lot of stuff up really nicely, where if suddenly the comic was canceled, this would be a nice little finale for the issue. But that being said, we do have issue 7 coming out next month, I believe. Yeah, we got a picture at the end. A7 Sanctuary, and this will be coming out in 9/22/21. So we are moving swiftly along, and we are going to get more, but this is a good finale. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cover. I really do like this, and it does happen. He doesn't have this weird little pistol that he has in the cover, and the suit's a little more advanced, but this really is something that happens in the issue. Him fighting an alien on the outside of the shuttle there, and it's a really fun cover, you know, even though it's a little bit different in the actual issue. This is a little more old school. I don't really know why they drew it so old school, but a really fun, epic cover of him versus the Queen, though, the Alpha. So, really cool cover, and let's once again go to the credits. The credits is the nice double-page spread, and we see that, you know, it's still the same people. Phillip Kennedy Johnson as the writer, Salvador Larroca as the artist, Guru EFX on the colors, and VC's Clayton Cowles on the letters. I hope they keep the same creative team around for the next plot arc. They did a really good job. I hope they stay. We once again get the previously on, which is very good. I will always praise comics that give us a previously on. Alien 1, Aliens, and then what happened in the last few issues. And we get our little schematic for this issue, and that, of course, is the Executive Suite, HYPSL, designation Vice Director Harada, oxygen 0.0, temp 31.7 degrees. I wonder if that's Fahrenheit or Celsius. Warning, offline hypersleep tube, and unfortunately this message, while it does play into the story, kind of blocks this picture here, so I guess that is the stand with the hypersleep tube. Oh, it's just the hypersleep tube. I thought it was the picture got in the way, and I'm only now seeing what it is. Yeah, so, or the text rather. Anyway, so that's all fun. I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about the plot now. That being said, a lot of stuff happens really early on in this issue. Like, what I normally say is spoilers for the first 5 issues, and I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers. For this issue, I do want to say my piece on a few plot points and make sure you guys have a basic understanding as to what the story's about. But that being said, what I typically do is I talk about the beginning of the story, and I don't talk about the end of the story. But that being said, they're right off the bat, right within like the first few pages, a ton of crazy stuff happens. And like, I want to say, you know, I'll have to talk about the beginning with all this crazy revelations, but I'd recommend going into this one blind. Like, go read the issue and then come back here when you're done if you haven't already read it, because a ton of stuff happens really early on. If you don't care so much, maybe you can continue, and I'm not going to be covering the back half of the comic, but like, there's some big surprises within the first few pages, and I would definitely recommend going in blind and then coming back here. But if you're okay with this, if you've already read it or you just don't care, I'm going to proceed, and no spoilers for the end, but I will cover the beginning, and some crazy stuff happens in the beginning, so that's your warning. We open up with the end of the last one. We get Cruz and this version of Bishop, and they're both shot, and they're lying on the floor dying, and you see the pools of his red blood and the pools of his white blood are kind of mixing together into this pink in the middle, which I thought was a pretty cool visual. And I do love the two panels forming a larger one, and then you get his son, who is not doing much better there. Then we get quite a surprising moment. The girlfriend, Iris, is on the phone with the people she's getting the alien sample to when one of the figures rises up. Someone's still alive, and that, of course, is Bishop. And Bishop kills the girlfriend and then helps Cruz up. And Cruz is like, "What the heck, Bishop? I thought Bishop models weren't allowed to kill humans." And he goes, "Yeah, we're not, but I had some sort of instinct that I could just go ahead and do this." And he's like, What do you mean, instinct?" And it turns out, in his subconscious, Bishop had actually figured out that that the girlfriend was actually a robot the whole time, which I really didn't see coming, which was a huge surprise. You know, and it's kind of funny. It's like Bishop's not allowed to kill humans, but he's like, I don't know why, but instinctively I know I can kill you, which is a weird, fun story element. But you do get, before she goes, Cruz is, of course, just going to blast her. And she's like, "Oh, hey, one more thing." You know, and you find out she's in a robots rights activist group. And she was trying to get the species for that, you know, to kind of destroy all humans and long live the robots and all that. But she talks about the meaning of these, of the xenomorphs, the aliens. And she says that they're Prometheus's cleansing fire, and her theory is that whenever species get so arrogant that they can travel the stars, it's her word, arrogant enough to travel the stars, the aliens are put in space designed to eat them up. So the idea is that these creatures are scattered throughout the universe just to kill anything that gets too advanced. And it doesn't mention them directly, but the fact that it says Prometheus's cleansing fire, Prometheus, like the engineers, you know, it doesn't mention the engineers directly, but I think they're implying that why the engineers made the aliens was so that if any of their creations got too advanced, the aliens would just kill them. So that is a big, fascinating, interesting revelation, and really that made me like the whole plot arc more, just getting this idea that that's why the aliens exist, you know? It's a brilliant idea, you know, they're not just monsters, they serve a point, something that the engineers want, and it kind of helps explain Prometheus even more. And overall, I really like this revelation. The idea that the engineers were like, "Yeah, we can't have our creations getting out of hand. Let's leave aliens all over the universe to eat them up if they go too far." That is brilliant. I really do love that. So she, of course, dies, and this leaves the space station in a bad state. Cruz eventually talks Bishop into operating on the sun, even though the chances of survival are really low. And Cruz is going outside because, of course, there's a problem. I won't spoil the exact circumstances, but of course there's a problem, and he has to go outside to free the pod that they're in so they can actually escape. So Cruz is out there, Bishop's inside with the sun, and of course you get the fight from the cover. Now, again, I don't want to spoil too much of the ending, the circumstances around it, or how this fight goes. But let's see if I can find you just one cool picture. You know, just one cool picture from the end there. Look at the alien queen standing over him. And he's got his little pry bar wrench combo thing. And he's going to have to fight the big alien. It's a great and epic climax. And I really do love the final fight scene. Really cool. overall, I really did like this book. I liked the whole plot arc, really. And this was a good finale. Like I said, it wraps things up enough where if there were only 6, I'd be a-okay with this plot arc, and I don't know if they're gonna, like, issue 7, maybe they'll jump to another character, or maybe it'll be right after this. It wraps it up good enough, but leaves it open for more, and I'm really itching to get to issue 7. I will be there the day it comes out and ready to buy it, because, you know, this is a really good series. Like I said way back in my review for issue 1, I was a little hesitant going from Dark Horse, which had made really great Alien comics, going over to Marvel. I didn't know if Marvel could do it, but doing things like incorporating a bishop and making it, you know, tie in a little bit with Prometheus, but not too much, and giving you bits on alien lore and these cool visions, and giving us an interesting character to follow on an interesting, you know, mission, enough of what we had seen before, but, you know, tying in more to the bigger alien world. And overall, Dark Horse, one of the things with their comics is they were almost always smaller stories. You know, you hardly ever got anything that went past 4 to 6 issues or so. If issue 7 continues this storyline and they can do a big, long, like 30-plus issue plot arc, that has me really excited. I would love to see the Alien comics go that way, and it'd be something that Dark Horse really didn't do that often, having big, long plot arcs, and that would be something unique to Marvel, and I'd really appreciate that. So overall, I really, really did like issue 6. I really am looking forward to 7, and overall, a great finale to chapter 1. So definitely looking forward to chapter 2. I hope it stays as good. I hope the creative team stays around. I hope we still follow these same characters. And overall, I'm really excited, and I really did like this issue, so that's really cool. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You're really helping the series out. I'll put a relevant playlist on the bottom. If you want to see more, you can click there and see more. That should be my Marvel's Alien playlist, where you can see all my reviews for this series all the way back to issue 1. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.